Welcome to the 2021 Economic Depression and Preparation Channel. Host, thank you, Tony. Thank you for joining me today on this Monday, June 28, 2021. We're heading briskly toward the second half of the year, where things hope to get better for most areas of the country, according to most media sources. However, that is not going to be the case here, as we see rising inflation. We're going to talk about that today. And we're also going to talk about the need for the employment situation worldwide is going down, as well as the introduction of the digital dollar that everybody keeps talking about, the Fed coin, and what impact they may have later on past September 2021 of this year. So let's get right into it here. As you can see, we are talking about the inflation index. Many economists feel inflation looks bad now, but it's pretty much sticking to the script. In other words, they haven't seen anything out of the ordinary, but they exclude food and energy costs, which rose 3.4% in May. And also, it was the fastest increase since 1992. And, every time we go to the grocery store, every time we fill up our tank, every time we get services to the house, we realize that the prices are rising faster than what the statistics say, and the numbers are doctored up to show that inflation is cooling, but that's not the case. Inflation is growing rapidly. We're currently approaching 6% inflation, and this is the fastest growth since 1992 in the inflation index. And so last time I checked, the Dow was down, I think, over 200 points this afternoon. And so the markets are still a little bit jittery, as they know that they're hoping that the infrastructure bill passes. Gasoline is up nationally 20% from pandemic levels and up 46% from a year ago, according to Energy Information Administration. And so there is a lot of prices going up. There's a lot of preparations going on. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics report came out back for June, and it states in here that the unemployment rate is still about 6.5%. And that's including everybody who's looking for work and those who have given up looking for work, according to the official numbers. Now, the thing about it, was not included is in the unemployment rate is the number of people who wanted to return to a job but could not return because their establishment or business was permanently closed. Remember, in San Francisco and the Bay Area, over 60% of restaurants and bars and those to the hospitality industry never returned. They never reopened after the pre-pandemic levels. So in May, we had 7.9 million persons reported that they had been unable to work because the employer closed or lost their business due to the pandemic. In other words, they did not work at all at some point during the last 4 weeks due to this pandemic. So that's unbelievable. There's 7.9 million people that could not work, receiving government assistance, a check, but now that's even ending. And so this is going to be a dramatic situation here, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. We're just now getting into these numbers, and I suspect that the July numbers are going to reflect more of that as well. So be on the lookout for that. The digital dollar is going to pose risk to the system, the financial systems. That's what the Fed chairman of supervision said on his latest intervention. The Federal Reserve is developing a digital dollar. I don't know if that's going to, obviously for more control, but I don't know how that's going to impact us locally in terms of what we use. Technically, our cards are digitally attached, but this is going to mean that things are going to be more control. And he says that, quote, it seems unlikely that the dollar status as a global reserve currency will be threatened by a foreign central bank digital currency. Well, in that point, he's wrong, because if they do a digital currency, that means they can control everybody's money and who track who gets what and what goes where. And paper dollars will become worthless because there's no need to transact, to have the mint print dollars that are essentially worthless when the digits on the screen is controlled digitally. So the Federal Reserve Bank would love a digital dollar. They would love to get rid of Bitcoin and all the other cryptos and have everybody come into a digital dollar. So be on the lookout for that. I believe Fed Chairman Jerome Powell said he wants to have a report on that later on this year in October, and they're going to be talking about it in a meeting in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, I believe, in the next 3 weeks here, if I got the calendar right. So be on the lookout for that. But look at this also. 38% Australians who lost jobs during the pandemic were younger than 25. It's the same in America, but less. There was 20% of Americans during the pandemic were younger than 25 who lost jobs. But this is a very concerning statistic because this means that nationwide, international, the economies are going to be struggling from America to Australia to Europe to Asia to Africa, South America. All of our economies are struggling, and young people, the people who are supposed to be the backbone of the ingenuity, in the technology front, can't find jobs or unemployed, and that means crime is going to go up in your neighborhood and my neighborhood because summer break and all these other things that used to mean summer camps and vacations and all that. That's going out the window, and now we're going to have to face high crime and different things because young people don't have that much to do now due to this pandemic. The proportion of Australians aged 15 to 24 who were not in education and employment rose from 8.7% in May to 12% in May 2020. This is a critical period for our young people to have purpose and vision in life, and to have everything to develop physical, mental, spiritually, and socially. And to not be able to do that, whether you're abroad as an expat or you're in America, it's just going to be absolutely devastating for this economy. So this collapse is also going to have a toll on young people. I pray for their mental health, 15 to 24, trying to find work, and they want to work, but there's not much work available out here for the average consumer. So continue to prepare. Maybe they can take courses, or maybe they can learn from our elderly folks about preparation, how to prepare, food, land, water, resources, and that can keep them busy, gardening or doing something with their hands, and not, because idle hands are the devil's workshop, and we don't want that for our young people in spite of a pandemic. Now, so it's always going to be something that comes up in our lives, but there's another pandemic or another black swan event that's going to throw us off our goals, or try to throw us off our goals. But we have to remember that there's always a mission, there's always a task. This world is not our home. There is, for those of you who believe, there is another life after this, another thing that we have to look forward to, and at least according to the Bible. And so I believe that, and I believe you do believe that too. And we have to prepare our young people for work, not just in this life, but for the life to come. And so I'm just saddened to see that. But that just shows you internationally that things are looking bad, as well as nationally things are looking bad. And it's not going to get any better. So we're going to have to take matters into our own hands and teach our young people, and not only our young people, but anybody we come in contact with, because we're the only person that can do that. God gave us all unique skills and talents. I can't do what you do. You can't do what I do. We all have a unique footprint on this earth, and we have to teach one something that we know that can help them, or help us out to continue to survive in a world that is capitalistic and only wants for the top 1% to be enjoying everything that God made on this earth. So be blessed today. I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you for listening on this Monday edition, and stay cool. If you're in a heat wave out west, or in a heat wave in the northeast, stay cool, and also in the south too. So be blessed, and I'll talk to you very soon.